from a middle class family, your mindset is that you should become employable. It's all about your education, your effort, your focus is on becoming employable, acquiring the skill set which will get you employment. I am a small town boy. Father was working for Tata Steel. He was in the mining area, what is the jungle area, a place called Normandy, which you would have difficulty in locating on the map also. The small town thing keeps you grounded, keeps you connected, because we had people from across the country staying there. All Tata Steel townships, for that matter, are very cosmopolitan. What you use for your metro cities.
Right.
We were Cosmo way back. way back.
The sea is actually for the strong-hearted, and as far as I know, this is the seafarer's job is classified as one of the world's riskiest job, right? How risky is it?
God forbid you had a small pinhole. The spray would go up in the sky to reach the moon. So just imagine, and with this, the paranoia of oil pollution and all that is so much, you can't risk it.
Welcome to PortCast with Sai. This podcast is all about shipping, logistics, and how the industry works. I am Sai, and I am here to share insights and stories from the world of shipping.
Here we have Captain Amarendra Mishra along with me, who is the current country head of Bahri Lines in India. Welcome, Captain. Welcome to my show.
Hi. Thanks a lot for having me here. It's an honor. It's always
My pleasure.
Pleasure to be with you. Let's have fun.
Yes, let's keep it rolling. Okay, so Captain, let's start with where you started. So let's see what driven you at 19 years old lad to get into or to become a seafarer.
Fine. Okay. So let us start from the beginning then. To start off with, I am a small town boy, to be specific about it. Small town would mean that my father was working for Tata Steel. He was in the mining area, what is the jungle area, a place called Normandy, which you would have difficulty in locating on the map also. That place is having the best grade of iron ore on earth.
Wow,
right?
okay.
And I recollect as child, we were living in the camp of something around 2,000 people altogether. Right? But we had a wonderful life there. And my brush with cargo, logistics and movement started there. As a kid, when in other locations in India, everybody will have their own kinds of local sports and local games. In our area, we used to see those big BML dumpers fully loaded with iron ore. Moving
I
get
it.
So our aspiration and our awe was, wow, this is so big. Wow, it can load so much. So, as a kid, I recollect, I used to have a yellow color plastic dumper with a wheel, those black wheels, nothing on it. And me and my brother used to compete who can load how much. The trick was you load and you need to pull it over a distance and see and how. So it was you can say it was a fool tomfoolery around or child's play, but it was always in the back of the mind.
You were operating a bulk vessel back then.
Yes. And interestingly, we used to see a lot of equipment being imported over there and how they will wait at the gate for offloading and all. And Tata Steel per se has safety, environment friendliness way back, not today, way back. Mm-hmm. So all those collectively has got into the psyche, Today, whatever I am is a collective, outcome of all that. Despite being in a remote area, our education and all was also of the highest level. Not because of, it was because the teachers were the same people, our uncles and aunts and all in that place. It was very difficult to get a teacher. Oh. So it was the best level of home tutoring or something which you could get, That was the kind of initial upbringing which I had. Right?
Okay.
And that went a long way in shaping the way I think, the way I am, the person I am. So, that the small town thing keeps you grounded, keeps you connected, because we had people from across the country staying there. All Tata Steel townships, for that matter, are, very cosmopolitan, What you use for your metro cities.
Right.
We were Cosmo way back. way back. We knew the culture. I myself speak around 6-7 languages.
Wow. Okay.
My brother speaks around 8-10 languages. So it's like that,
Was it because you all had those kind of people around you?
Yes, because my immediate neighbor was an Oriya person. On top, I had somebody from Andhra. My friends in school were from Tamil Nadu, from Rajasthan, from that hilly areas of Assam and all also.
Oh.
So it was a wonderful mix. And when you are having tiffin in school, would be like having a spread. So you are already aware of the cultural sensitivities. That is something which needs to be taught to people today. And I personally feel that should be brought into the curriculum, because as a society we are unable to educate this to our children.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
That we have to speak about inclusivity and all that. It was already there. You cannot do without your neighbor. You are living in a godforsaken place. If ever you land up in trouble, it's a neighbor.
Correct.
If my parents have to go out, I'll be eating at my neighbor's house. Done. Irrespective of what state or wherever they are from, it's okay. That is the food you're going to get. So and you enjoy the taste.
Even 15, 20 years ago, or like 25 years ago, neighbors were the first people whom you always reach out to for anything, any help, any support.
Exactly.
And I still remember having food with my neighbors, food at neighbor's house. Even not even reporting to our parents saying that we are having it. That was a liberty back then. I think now it's all gone.
Very
I don't see that happening.
Very true.
Anyway, so coming back to why
yes.
Seafarer.
So what happens, again, from a middle class family, your mindset is that you should become employable. It's all about your education, your effort, your focus is on becoming employable, acquiring the skill set which will get you employment. Unfortunately for us, we're in an area where we knew only two fields, engineering and medical. There was nothing. There was no third. There was no distinct third. So initially I was thinking, but I did not have a very strong penchant for engineering or medical, either of them. I was fascinated for the Navy. I was always attached to water.
Tell me something. The place where you were,
there's no water.
There's no water. It was surrounded by land, all sides.
Yeah.
How far was the nearest beach?
It would be at least 400 kilometers off.
Right.
400-500 kilometers off. And I had not seen sea in all my life till I actually stepped out.
Wow. and that's when you saw the ship for the first time as well.
Yes.
How was it when you stepped into the vessel?
Yeah, I'll reach to that. See, it's by chance how your destiny drives you. You will not believe I had applied for ND, Naval Academy. We have this, thing in us that we should be in the defense and all that, Unfortunately, I cleared the NDA. I did my SSB in Bangalore, but I was rejected on physical fitness because I was overweight and I could not clear all
I was
that.
like, you're like mighty tall, and why are you rejected?
I was overweight. I was a bit plumpish and all, and I could not do all those drills. So maybe I got rejected. I took it to my heart. Because I wanted to be out at sea. Then one of my friends, he advised me that no, don't worry. There are a lot of things you can see, but I never took it so seriously. After my schooling, I was in Delhi and I was studying statistics honors because I'm interested in mathematics and statistics. During that time itself, on the DTC bus, I found an employment newspaper. The seat was wet. I wiped it and I was about to throw it. But, again, coming from Hammer, I said, okay, let us see what's, let's use it to the fullest, Seat is already clean. I have another half an hour to spend till I reach my college. I opened it and it read that start earning fast, Your eyes will, the long ad, the first thing I got is start earning fast.
The hook.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is godsend. And the requirement was, okay, out of school, you need to appear for this exam. Then I read it through. I said, okay, fine, let's do that.
Just in movies, all these kind of things happen. You wipe the seat with the paper and then you look at the paper and you get to have a fortune open in front of your eyes. And that's exactly what happens.
Because nobody in my family, my distant relatives, no one has an inkling of what it is.
Just that one paper.
No, that one paper, and it said start earning fast.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay.
And that's why I think modern day the hooks works much better in the social media as well.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Start earning fast.
Exactly.
That's exactly what driven you there.
Yes. And the spirit should be there. The spirit that I want to do something, I want to break free, I want to make my own destinations. That should be there. That cannot be imbibed in you. That is, you have to have it. You have to be the master of that. The spirit should be alive and kicking. So from there, I appeared for SC exam, and then they had IIT extended list and all was there. There were a lot of system. Then medical interview, medicals happened and all, and finally I got a letter one day. Till such time, my parents were thinking, okay, it's another of his, freaked out, it'll die down. Because we don't have a clue what you're talking of. Finally, when the letter came and I had to decide, you have to join, reporting is there in December. They said, are you serious? Like, you shouldn't you be continuing your career and all? And what is this? We don't know, and we don't know anybody. No one in a distant relations or even in the society also is there.
Yeah.
Out at sea. I said, let us give it a shot. Then my sister helped me. She said, let him go. How does it matter? Even if he cannot make it, he'll come back. That's fine. At least he would have enjoyed and he would have felt happy at heart that he did what he wanted to do.
Right.
I got support. I said, fine, let's do it. And I went to Mumbai and then did my training with SCI and then my cadetship with SCI, then my exams and all I did. And the journey started. And yeah, the first voyage was very difficult because I went on a bulk vessel which was doing Australia, India. On the return trip itself, we were caught up in a storm. And I was praying God, just get me to Visakhapatnam. I made this mistake. I swear in your name, I'll never come back again. This is not for me.
And that promise was never kept.
Yeah.
You got back to the sea again.
Yes. But then, after 3 days, cyclone was over and all. And then it said everybody went back to normal. And the captain said, obviously, sea is meant for the strong-hearted. I took that. Oh, no. You can't be talking about me. I'm strong-hearted. I'm going to be here. I'll hang around. That vessel I did for 15 months. My first vessel as a cadet, I did 15 months. And I loved that vessel. I loved everything about it. It was...
I love the statement. Sea is for the strong-hearted.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Not just that, even the world is for the strong-hearted.
Yes, agree. In whichever domain you are, you should not give up fast. You should give yourself a chance. See, it is you who should decide that I need to give it a second shot.
The sea is actually for the strong-hearted. And as far as I know, the seafarer's job is classified as one of the world's riskiest job, right? How risky is it?
How risky? To put in terms of numbers, there have been 5 occasions in my 18 years career when I felt I've reached the end. Is raat ki subah nahi. There will be no tomorrow. This is the end. 5 times at different stages of my career.
No
Twice
fault of
as
yours.
a master. one as a cadet, one as a second officer, one as a chief officer. So, at different stages in life, I felt that now this is the end. Fine. There will be no tomorrow. But then back again, there's again a new day, again a new storm, again a new sea, again a new cargo, new port, new people. That keeps you moving. The biggest education, what I think, is when you travel. I recollect in some, even our Vedas and a lot of books refer to that. And even Ashoka also, he asked somebody some reference there where it says that the traveler is the richest of all.
Absolutely.
Because, he may not have the wealth or something, but the wealth of knowledge, wealth of having known people, wealth of having seen places, wealth of having been there, that surpasses
Personally, I love traveling, and I'm telling you, I've learned a lot through travel.
Oh, yes.
Whatever you read in books, whatever you read in... books will give you a certain level of visualization. Whatever you see in YouTube or any media, it will give you some level of perception. Reality, only when you travel.
Yes.
And you learn a lot.
Yes.
You learn a lot about people. You learn a lot about how you can... what you are up to. There are so many things that gets defined in travel. You're right.
Very true. And I made a lot of friends everywhere. Every port I used to go. I had always this, interest in their cultural belief systems, their, faith system. Because we use the word faith and belief systems in a very cynical and very short manner. It is a huge thing.
Absolutely. That's a different podcast altogether.
Exactly.
That's a different
how
podcast
you treat
altogether.
me when I reach you, when we are out together or when we are eating, how you behave with me, everything is a reflection of the cultural and the ethos that you have.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
It cannot be defined in 2 words.
Absolutely.
No. It cannot be typecasted. No. So I had the pleasure of having friends all across the globe, meeting variety of people, variety of cultures, variety of climates, locations, everything. I thank God I became a seafarer.
When was the first time you took command?
I took command in the year 2009. It was a small ship, and it was like somebody. I was waiting for my command in SCI, and then somebody offered me that I have a small vessel if you can bring it to India, and I said okay, fine. That khatron ke khiladi wala, I had it. I was game for it. You just have to tickle me. Come on, Amar, you can't do it. Yeah. Come on, forget it, and I'll do it. So it was like he said, see if you want to do it, because it'll be a difficult ship. I'm the guy. And later I realized he had the feedback. This is one of those guys who would want to go.
So I know you are a person who, wherever there is a problem, you are there to solve it. You wanted to get it solved. So I've seen that happening with you multiple times. How did you get back from the sea to the shore?
Yes, that's interesting, because till date I love the sea more than anything.
Okay.
So happened that 2011 I got married. 2012 we had our first child, and then I was I was on oil tankers in my later part of my career. I was doing only oil and chemical vessels. So in command also I was in oil and chemical vessels. Oil and chemical vessels give you a different kind of a kick,
Okay.
because the element of risk is high, and something goes wrong, the impact will be huge. That keeps you on the toes all the time. Because just to put again in the perspective, you can imagine the risk involved. On a bulk vessel, something happens, you have enough time to respond, right? Even if you have a fire, I have seen fire on board thermal coal vessel, and we could finish the breakfast and attend it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. Thermal heating is, the subject, how it is. We know what has to be done. It's fine. Let us finish.
So for people who are watching, just for information, any vessel that is carrying coal will have some fumes.
Yeah.
So it will catch up some fire. They'll be putting up water onto it to rest it.
So a lot of hullabaloo is going on, and then they say, "Why you guys having breakfast? Let's finish it. Fine. Don't worry. It'll all be in control." But when I was on an oil tanker and all, when you are there, you can imagine something like a pump which is pumping 5,000 cubics an hour. 3 of them are pumping together. 21-inch pipe is there where somebody like me can be pumped through, and you are pumping out at a pressure of 12 to 15 bars. God forbid you had a small pinhole, the spray would go up in the sky to reach the moon. So just imagine, and with this, the paranoia of oil pollution and all that is so much, you can't risk it. So, it gives you, and because the operations are controlled by you on oil tankers, the entire discharging is controlled by you, entire thing is planned by you. You plan, you execute, you are responsible for everything, right? So it's your game. You cannot escape. So people on tankers enjoy that thing. That's a thrill, because it is your plan, you decide, and you should strip finally, because the oil also will have certain amount of residue will remain, because it will be too thick to be pumped out.
Correct.
How smartly you can do that, how much you can take out. It used to be a challenge, and we used to talk to each other. Hey, boy, how much residue you have? I made it zero. I brought it to this level. Oh my God! So it was like camaraderie between us. We used to have this challenge.
How many ships did you have?
I would have
sailed?
Done 18-20 ships, because I used to sail
for longer periods.
Even when I was with Sanmar, then what they do in the higher levels, as a captain and all, management would want you to repeat that vessel, because then you are aware of the vessel, how she behaves. Trust me, every vessel will have its own independent behavior. How she will behave in wind, how she will behave in current, how she will behave with the stern. Once you give the wheel, how much she will turn, how fast she will recover. It will all be difficult to one way. Sister vessels also will have a difference.
It's like riding my bicycle. I have a couple of bicycles, and each one behaves differently.
Yes.
And I know one has to be handled in one way in the wind. Another one has to be handled in a different way in the wind. So I know only few people in the world will understand what is headwind, tailwind. Yes. One amongst that is cyclist.
It makes a lot of difference.
Yes. So please.
So what happened now? Because in the oil tankers, because of the stress levels are very high, and it becomes 3 months on, 3 months off. Generally, people will be preferring that 3 on, 3 off, because you will be doing STS operations, variety of operations, SBM approaches and all. So there's a lot of stress is also there. So 3 on, 3 off was the model that I was working on, and I was working with Sanmar, our own Chennai-based company. And then what happened that every time I used to go home, my sons growth used to be like this, zigzag.
So your last remembrance or last
Yes.
known knowledge is at this age, and then suddenly when you go back and he's like
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And you are missing out on all that fun, when your kids are coming up, that is the time you enjoy,
Correct.
And I realize, and every time you go, you have to struggle for 2-3 days for familiarization, convincing your kid that you are his dad,
Introducing yourself as
Yeah,
a
you have
dad
to-
to your kid.
And then, he'll be looking at his mother, is he the guy? And she has to endorse, Papa, play with him. Then he'll come and play. Then every time used to hurt, man. Then I had my daughter. She was born in 2014. I could not miss, I felt I was missing out a lot in life. Then I said, boss, let's hang the boots. So by 2014 end, I decided to quit. 2015, I joined Bakshi. GM Bakshi.
GM Bakshi.
They had a requirement, and they had a requirement in Mumbai also. They had a requirement in Paradeep also. But being a small town boy, I am happy in some remote area. I love remote locations. I said, I'll go to Paradeep. They said, think twice, because that place is like wild, wild west. I said, no, nothing thinking. I'm okay. This is my place.
What
boss.
level of wild west?
Oh, that place. Can you believe it that Paradeep is the second biggest port in India? Right?
Yeah.
And the potential is immense. The entire iron ore is in that territory. The entire steel industry is in that territory. All your coking coal imports are happening over there. Then the power, the thermal coal imports are happening over there. A place like that, which is having the India's second biggest refinery, is over there in Paradeep. That is a huge place with immense potential,
Wow.
Unfortunately, what has happened is that over a period of time, we have the union effect and all that is still there. The legacy issues are still there. Despite all that, I had a wonderful time. I did a stint of 3 years over there. I was looking after stevedoring, agency, CHA activity, everything over there, and it was wonderful. I had a wonderful time there. Despite, contrary to what people, have to feel and say about the place, I had a wonderful time.
PortCast with Sai. This podcast is all about shipping, logistics, and how the industry works. I am Sai, and I'm here to share insights and stories from the world of shipping.